You know that one person who always seems calm? The one who handles everything quietly, who somehow never falls apart in front of anyone. Here's what nobody tells you about them. That calm isn't a personality trait. That calm is a scar that finally healed. Some people smile every single day while carrying battles no one ever saw them fight. And the strongest people you know often don't look strong at all. They just learned how to carry the weight without making a sound. I want to be honest with you for a moment. If the next 5 signs feel a little too familiar, it probably means you've survived more than anyone around you realizes. Not more than they'd believe, more than they could even imagine. Because that's how survival usually looks. Invisible to everyone except the one who lived it. So let's pause and let's actually look at them one by one. So here is the first sign. You became calm in the exact situations that used to break you. There was a version of you that used to panic. A small problem could hijack your entire day. One cold message, one sharp tone, and your chest would stay tight for hours. And now you go quiet. You think before you react. You let the storm pass without becoming the storm yourself. That pause you take now, you bought it with everything you've already been through. Psychologists call this emotional adaptation, but in plain words, it just means your mind learned, the hard way, how to handle pressure. It's not that life suddenly got gentler, it's that you already survived worse, so the small things stopped feeling like emergencies. People might read your stillness as not caring. They have no idea. The truth is, you fought private battles that quietly rewired your whole nervous system. And somewhere deep down, a steady voice now says, if I survived that, I can survive this too. Not every argument deserves your energy. Not every storm deserves your fear. It's not numbness. It's a calm that took years to build, and learning that didn't make you cold, it made you free. Which brings us to the second sign. You started finding real comfort in being alone. For years, the world kept telling you that being alone meant being lonely, that a quiet evening by yourself was a problem to fix. But somewhere along the way, that quietly flipped. Now solitude isn't a punishment. It's the one place where your nervous system finally exhales. At home, your shoulders drop, and the noise of the world finally goes silent. Psychologists describe this as emotional independence, and it tends to grow in people who learned exactly how much disappointment can cost. You stopped chasing constant validation. You stopped begging people to stay, and little by little, your own company became more than enough. You can spend a whole quiet day alone and never once feel empty. Let's be clear about something. Because this is where people get it wrong. This isn't you hating other people, and it isn't you hiding from life. It's the difference between peace and escape. Escape is running away from the pain. Peace is what's left once you finally stopped running. You learned how to sit with your own thoughts. You learned how to heal where nobody could see you. You learned how to rebuild yourself in complete silence. Nobody handed you a manual. You figured the quiet out entirely on your own. And honestly, some of the strongest healing happens when no one is watching. The third sign is one you might not even notice you're doing. You read people's intentions faster than almost anyone. You catch the shift in someone's tone before they even finish the sentence. You hear what people actually mean, not just the words they choose to say. You feel the energy behind a smile that doesn't quite reach the eyes. You can sense when someone needs something from you long before they actually ask. Psychology has a name for this. It's called hypervigilance, and it's not some gift you were simply born with. It's a skill that pain spent years teaching you. After being hurt enough times, your brain quietly promoted itself to full-time security guard. It runs quietly in the background, even on the days you wish it would just rest. It started noticing the small things it used to ignore, the warning signs it once talked itself out of believing. And this is the part almost nobody says out loud. It doesn't mean you're paranoid. It doesn't mean you expect the worst in everyone you meet. It means life trained you to pay attention, because the last time you didn't, it cost you dearly. So you became harder to fool, harder to manipulate, harder to lie to. You spot the script before the act has even started. That's not bitterness. That's a mind that finally decided to protect the person it loves. And that leads straight into the fourth sign. You almost never open up all the way. You can laugh in a crowded room. You can talk for hours and seem completely, genuinely fine. And most people will believe that's the whole story. But there are rooms inside you that you let no one walk into. Psychologists call this emotional guardedness. And it isn't coldness. It's just a door with a better lock than it used to have. You'll open it, but only for the few who proved they're safe. Because somewhere in your past, being open became dangerous. You handed someone your softest truth, and it came back to you as a weapon. So now you think carefully before you trust. You give people a chapter, not the entire book. And when something hurts, you tend to carry it quietly, because at some point you simply got used to carrying it alone. You quietly became your own shoulder to lean on. People might call you distant, hard to read, a little bit of a closed door. But here's what they don't understand. You didn't become private because you wanted attention. You became private because you learned, the hard way, that not everyone handles your pain with care. So you stopped handing it to just anyone who asked. And the fifth sign might be the quietest one of them all. You treasure small, peaceful moments more than most people ever will. A slow, quiet morning, a calm night with absolutely no drama. One honest conversation that doesn't drain you. A single moment where your mind finally feels safe. These are the moments you would never trade for any amount of noise. People who haven't suffered much tend to go looking for excitement, for noise, for the next big high. But you know exactly what chaos costs. So an ordinary peaceful day feels like a gift you refuse to take for granted. And there's real psychology underneath this too. After long stretches of stress, the brain slowly stops craving excitement and starts craving safety and stability instead. That's why the little things mean so much to you now. Because after the storm, calm doesn't feel boring. It feels rare. It feels earned. And once you've tasted real peace, you stop apologizing for choosing it. And people who survived seasons nobody ever saw stop waiting around for some huge happiness to finally arrive. They learn to find it in the small, sacred, ordinary stuff that everyone else walks right past. So let me say the one thing I really want you to hear. Surviving the hardest battles doesn't always make a person louder. Sometimes it makes them quieter, calmer, more careful, more awake, stronger in all the ways nobody ever claps for. Remember that calm we started with? The one people mistake for personality? Now you know what it actually is. It's emotional adaptation, an independence, and awareness, and a guarded heart, and a deep love of peace, all stitched together by something you lived through. You are not broken. You were never broken. You were forged quietly, in a fire that nobody else ever felt. Every quiet thing you carry is proof of a war you won without an audience. And if these 5 signs felt like someone quietly reading your soul, then somewhere along the line you survived something that could have ended you. And you kept going anyway, even when no one around you knew how heavy it truly was. So if even one of these signs found you today, tell me in the comments which one hit the hardest. And if you needed to hear this, stay a while. Take one slow breath. You made it here, and that already means something. You're among people who finally get it.